Hey, you sick, twisted freaks, it's Rolly. How you doing? Welcome to the show. How's it going, my friends? So, it's been a minute since I've done one of these. 2 or 3 weeks, maybe? I think, maybe. I've had a lot going on here at the Hacienda, and it precluded me from doing a proper show, and I didn't want to phone it in. And this is an example of you not phoning it in. Well, okay, fine. I'm just saying. I mean, there is a lot of telephone involved. Look, I had a lot going on, and when I do this show, I need to sit down and focus. Like that ever happens. You know I'm right. Okay, I'll let you have that. What about you? I'll let you have that too. I've had a lot going on, and it precluded me from being able to sit down properly and do a show. So, sorry. And hopefully we can keep those kind of things to a minimum. So, yeah, there you go. Socials right up front, one name all the same. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you can find me, it's usually Rolly. Or Chris Roley, K-R-I-S-R-O-L-E-Y. I think Facebook is the only one that's not, but you know what? You don't have to find me on Facebook, so don't even worry about it. I got back onto Facebook. Let me talk about Facebook for a second, because this is a perennial argument at this point, but I'm at a point where it needs to be said again. I am sick to death of Facebook. The only reason that I'm on Facebook at this point is because there are some people that I don't think they can find me any other way. So that's the only reason I'm on Facebook at this point. I'm trying to keep in contact with people that I don't believe can get a hold of me any other way. So yeah, okay. I'm really getting sick of Instagram too. And Instagram has Instagram was for photography years old. That's how old I am. And now, of course, because TikTok is a thing, everybody's got to try to be the next. They have to compete with TikTok. I mean, even YouTube's doing that now with the shorts, things like that. What about my shorts? Shut up. I got a memo for social media. You do not have to be all things to all people, right? One of the things that we liked about some of the social media, aside from the toxic hells too, is, look, I mean, why do you think I'm on Twitter? The drama, okay? I'm a whore. I understand. Sometimes I can't get enough of the Twitter drama, and TikTok is no better. Trust me, Chelsea, Modern Warrior. Okay? Just that whole drama. Womblands. If you don't know, look it up. It's a train wreck. You won't want to look away, but you probably should. Each social media channel, each social media platform had its own niche. This is the ground that I've staked for myself. I am Twitter. I am YouTube. I am whatever, Instagram. I am this, I am that. I am woman, hear me roar. And they worked very well. But then, for some reason or another, everybody decided that they needed to have all the eyeballs. So, then Facebook started acquiring businesses so they could actually get things. We're going to be the one-stop shop for all social media things. Okay, sure. But they all started to adopt each other's channels, for lack of a better way to put it. And of course, the hot kid on the block now is TikTok. And everybody wants to have, we got to have the TikTok folks. So, because that's what the younglings understand. So we're gonna have our own little TikTok thing over here, but we're gonna call it something different, like Reels or Shorts or Shreels. I don't know. You don't have to do that, guys. I picked this up from Steve Martin, and I think it's brilliant, and I think you'll understand it. When you use a piece of software, or you use a social media network, or use something online on the internet, on your computer, that you use it because it does X, Y, and Z. I like it because it does this, and I know how to use this. And trust me, I'm getting to an age where that's important. I know how to use this. I don't know if I want to learn how to use that because, I'm 52 now. More on that in a minute. But, our new release, version 4.0 or whatever, and we redesigned everything. Oh, God, no, you didn't. That's the first. It's all new, redesigned, this and that and the other, and I just feel my heart sink. I feel it. Oh, God. And then I pull it up, and the thing that I really enjoyed the most about your product, your software, this platform, things like that, it's gone. Or it's hidden. You put it somewhere. It's in the closet behind the disused lavatory that used to have. It used to be like the back way to the kitchen, but isn't anymore. You got it hidden back there, and I'll never find it, right? Well, what the hell point is it for me to use this now, right? In the sake of improvement, the term that Steve Martin used for that, when you get rid of the feature I was using your software for, you deproved it. And I love that because that happens. I mean, that happens all the time. And I think that Facebook and Instagram and all these other social media that are trying to be like TikTok, they've deproved their platform. Because we got to be hip and now. No, you don't. No, you don't. I use you because you do this. I use Twitter because you're a whore. Because I'm a whore. And I use Twitter a lot of the time. That's how I get breaking news. Can we agree on that? And there are some things, hashtags and things like that I follow on Twitter. And I try to check out trending topics so I have, some idea of what the hell I'm going to talk about. Show prep is show prep, right? I heard you said life is show prep. Well, yes, but, So I'm begging you guys, okay? And it's just because you're making it just impossible for me to stay on social media. And I'm getting ready. I swear to God, I'm getting ready to eject Facebook and Instagram from my life because what the fuck, over? I mean, I can't. And then there are these other platforms for specifically, say, for photography, right? ViewBug is an app that you can put on your phone that you can upload your photography. I have that. Again, Chris Rowley, KRISROLEY, viewbug.com. But the thing about ViewBug is, there's a yearly fee, right? It's not much, but there's a yearly fee to use it. And you can upload your stuff. And every day or every other day, I get an email from them. I really should just go in there and go, stop sending me shit. But they send me stuff all the time. You've won an award. You've got peer recognition. You've got this. You've got that. And I look and I go, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't see. I see when people leave me awards because I can see, there's like a star or there's a trophy or a heart or things like that. And I can see that, right? But it's like, are you just trying to get eyeballs? Because I understand you're not Instagram and you want to be, right? You want to be the Instagram that used to be from days of yore. And please, I appreciate that. Believe me, I appreciate that. But you already closed the sale, homie. Shut up. I know you're there. right? You don't need to send me an email. Hi, I'm Candy. I'm Mandy. I'm Terry. I'm this. Whatever. I can't remember what the fuck your name is, but I get an email every other day from this people, and that's almost enough for me to just say fuck you. I'm out. I would love to find like 500 PX maybe, right? Maybe I'll go over there. Just something that's dedicated to photography, like Instagram used to be. And I'm, hashtag make Instagram for photographers again, and I'll stick around. But it looks like that you're not doing that anymore. So I got to find someplace else to go. And if I'm not going to be on Instagram, why am I on Facebook? Why? There are people that I know that they're the only people, that's the only way they can find me. And so I'm there. I check it. I don't know how often I check. But I shit post there more than anything else, right? But I don't know. I've lost it. I've lost it. I just don't want to. I don't want to do it anymore. What I really need to do is just create the fucking content for my own goddamn website, and I'm really getting dissatisfied with the website right now, too. Welcome to my bitch session. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just... shit's not holding my interest anymore, and what I want from my website is not, it's I use Squarespace. And I've had, I don't know what I want out of my blog anymore. I'm out of my website anymore. I mean, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep my domain name at the very least because, it's mine. chrisrowley.com. I mean, I need to keep that. But I don't need to stay on the same platform. I can go back to WordPress. I can go back to, what I want out of a WordPress blog is, if you go and take a look at a website like Daring Fireball, or Scripting News, there are multiple posts, but there's only one date. So it'll say August 6th, 2022. Post. August 7th, post. Right? I don't want a blog that has the date on every goddamn post right underneath it. Post A, date. Post B, date. Post B. I want one fucking date. And then post. And then another. How hard is that? I can't fucking find it. Somebody's done it because I can see 2 examples. Right? I don't know. I just think it's, oh my God, please help me. I'm going out of my mind. Anyway, so bitch session over. Let me tell you what's been going on in my life. Didn't you just? Yes, I guess I did, but At the end of the month, the 24th of July is my birthday. And usually, and I gotta set the whole stage for you here because this is something that happened years ago. The 20th is my wife's birthday. The 21st is our wedding anniversary. And the 24th is my birthday. And generally, over the years, I have taken that week off. And we call it the week of fun. There was one year in 2016 I took 2 whole weeks off because I could. I loved that. Oh, God, I loved that. Right? I forgot all my passwords. But that was when I realized that, I really should invest in something like 1Password. And I did. But, we went up to, on that year, we went up to Ocean City. And I learned what a real boardwalk looks like. I'm looking at you, Virginia Beach. I learned what a real boardwalk looks like with things to do on it. And we drove back down the Eastern Shore, and we just basically stopped everywhere that looked even remotely like a photo opportunity. And it was beautiful. It was great. Loved it, right? And that was when, Kim and I kind of realized that, hey, this is something we can do together. Photography. And we've done it ever since. And we try to go out, weekends or something like that and try to do something or other, Sometimes we just, we don't want to, we just go for a ride, right? We just go for a ride down to, there's this really long stretch of road, Princess Anne, goes all the way down to North Carolina, goes all the way down to a place called Knott's Island. You can go all the way down to where a ferry would pick you up and take you across Currituck Sound, right? You can go there and then go to Elizabeth City and come up the other way. And we've done that a couple times, right? So we've done a complete circle. Sometimes we just go down to the ferry, turn around, and come back. Sometimes we just go to Sandbridge. Sometimes we go find something to do, and shoot photography, right? And that's something we prefer to do. There's been one thing that I've wanted to do for years. We just didn't have a chance to. And it became more difficult after 2018 when my son had his accident. But this year, the stars aligned in just the right way. That we were going to be able to have somebody there to help my son out for most of the day. And my other children were at work, and we were going to be able to, we were free to do this. Bucket list, absolutely. So on the 22nd of July, Friday, the 22nd of July, we got in the car and we went up the Eastern Shore. And by the way, the trip across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, if you look on my YouTube channel, I actually have a video of me driving, point of view video of going across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. It's actually the most viewed video on my YouTube channel. You can find it. What a great drive that is. Just out of GP. It's $20 round trip if it's within 24 hours. So, keep that in mind. But what a great drive, especially on a clear, sunny day. And even if it's not, if, we've taken pictures of storm clouds over the bridge, which look fantastic. I'd love to get one of a lightning strike, but anyway. So we went up to a place called Onancock. Don't laugh. From Onancock, there is a ferry that leaves Onancock at 10 o'clock in the morning. And it's $30 round trip ticket. And it will take you to a little place in the middle of the Chesapeake Bay called Tangier Island. Tangier Island is, if you've ever seen the Popeye movie, Tangier Island is Sweet Haven. Honestly. It is a fishing village. Houses on stilts in the middle of the water, just in the middle of the water. They survive on fishing, crabbing, and tourism. Because, like me, there are a bunch of schmucks that want to see Tangier Island at least once in their life, and I'm so glad I got to do it. And I've got video, and I've got photography of the island, which I'll probably post to the channel at some point in time. But I came away with, and I don't know if this is one of those travel broadens the mind things, but here's what I can tell you about Tangier Island. It's a very close-knit community. Everybody knows everybody. There are, at this point in time, there are less than 400 people that live on this island. Their graduating high school class this year was 8 people. 8 kids. Think about that. 8 kids. There are 7 prominent names on this island. Family names that, that you would know. You'd go, oh, that's a Tangier name. Got that. There are still people on this island that talk with Cornwall. Cornwall, that's the closest comparison. Cornwall, England accent. And in 20 years, that's going to be gone because these people will have shuffled off. They fish. The kids there, they drive boats like, it's a rite of passage, like they get boats like we get driver's licenses for cars. As we left Tangier Island that afternoon, there were two kids on a boat, fishing boat, that were keeping up with us and kind of just going across our wake back and forth across that. And they were just having fun, right? And then they sped up and they went around us and then turned around and went back to the island. So I guess, think of them like this. These were human dolphins that were playing with us on the way. The other thing I learned about this is again, as this island is sinking. And in 20-25 years, this island is going to be uninhabitable unless we do something. And this is not just this is a way of life. This is a cultural thing that I think, after seeing it, needs to be protected. And our form of government, of course, is a disaster form of government. We never do anything proactively. We put out fires once they happen. But we need to build a seawall around this island to protect it, because it is sinking now as we speak, like an inch and a half a year, maybe. Right? The bay is going to swallow it. And this is, if you want to talk about, global warming and sea level rise and things like that, this is a direct, you can see it, result. The sea levels are rising slowly, and this island is sinking into the Chesapeake Bay. A few years back, 700 people lived on this island. Now it's less than 400. When I was a kid living in, again, Machias, Maine, my hometown, was a way station between duty assignments for my father. But when we lived there, one of the jokes that just observation that I made is that there are two kinds of people that live in Machias at this point. There are babies and there are senior citizens, and there is nothing in between. And the reason for that is, of course, when you live in a rural community and you're a kid and there's no opportunities, and you go to college, you get out and you go make your fortune, David Copperfield, somewhere other than that hometown because there's no opportunities there, right? And I think for a lot of people, that's what happened. These kids are leaving Tangier Island, and they're not coming back. And then eventually, everybody's going to have to leave because, there's going to be one salty piece of land left, and you might be able to get like one toe on it. I'm being facetious, but I claim this island in the name of Spain. I was so absolutely moved by this experience. I don't know really what to tell you other than go to Tangier Island. The 4 hours, again, you can stay the night. There's a bed and breakfast there. You can find a place to stay overnight. We got there at 11 o'clock and we left at 3:30 so we could be home because the ferry leaves at 3:30 to come back to the Eastern Shore so we could drive home. Believe me, 4 hours is more than enough. The island, the road itself is like 3 miles. You can walk that in an hour, right? So, and it was 100 degrees that day. So we took, they have golf carts, right? The tours. They have women that their job is to greet us at the dock and go, "Would you like to take a tour of the island?" And of course we said, yes, we would, and hand them $5. And we get on the the golf cart, and they give us their little spiel, like, coming up on the left, you'll see, well, this is the oldest cemetery on the island. It dates back to 17, what? 17 what? you know, the cemeteries that are there, for the most part, the closer you are to the water, they're like New Orleans. They're above ground, right? They have a doctor that comes in once a week. If there is a medical emergency, the Maryland State Police fly a helicopter in to pick you up and take you to a hospital in Maryland. Yes, it's part of Virginia, but that's the agreement that they have. It's just, there's a beach there that is probably the most peaceful beach I've ever seen. We got close to it. We didn't actually make it to the beach before we turned around to leave, but there was nobody there. If you want a beach all to yourself, I found one for you. There are golf carts and motorcycles, scooters. That's the primary mode of transportation on the island. Yes, there are some trucks and things like that, but apparently what happens is most of the people that live on the island, they keep their cars on the shore, on the eastern shore somewhere, so that if they have business, that's what happens. There's no police on the island. They used to have a constable, but the constable up and died, and they've never replaced him. Don't think about committing any crimes on the island because, again, everybody knows everybody on the island. So, it's a very close-knit community. They will yank you up by your short hairs, I'm fairly sure. Communities like that pretty much take care of their own, But the Onancock police will come over on a boat and take your ass to jail on the mainland. And all of that is great, but I do want to tell you that just the ferry ride itself, the boat, is worth the price of admission. It's an hour, a little over an hour. You're just going up the Chesapeake Bay. And I don't know about you, if you spent time on boats, there's a moment when you kind of realize that you're out in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing but water all around you. You can see land, right? But it's way far off, right? And you just look around and there's nothing but, ocean or, sea, bay around you. And yeah, you're kind of skidding up and down because, it was a choppy ride that day, but I didn't mind. It's fine. I can't tell you the moment of just peace and tranquility, zen, that came over me when it's like, this is what it's like just to be out in the middle of the water, just like that. And I've been, I've done that before. I've lived near the ocean all my life. My dad was Navy, for fuck's sake. So, it's kind of a job requirement. But the number of times that I've been on a boat that had gone far enough out of land, far enough that land was kind of way off in the day. You weren't going to swim it. That was not going to happen. I think I could count that on two fingers, maybe. And this ride was one of them. And it's just peaceful. And, I kind of, that's when Rolly finds himself in there. That, there's a moment where it's like, this is totally compatible. I've never been far enough out where there is no sign of land around at all. This time, again, there was, I could see the eastern shore. Looking out the back of the boat, I could see the eastern shore just, on the horizon. They never disappeared below the horizon line, right? So you could see it. And I don't know if it's the same kind of sensation you get when you're in a plane and you look out the window and there's just nothing but, you're high up enough, that you can't see the land, There's just nothing but there's cloud cover underneath, right? And you're flying through the clouds, and there's a cloud cover underneath you, so you can't see the land, right? And it's just nothing but fluffy white around you. I imagine it's the same sensation, because I've done that, but it's just peaceful, period. I think I've done enough damage for the day. And anyway, I say, I say all of this to say, we took one day off. We had a 3-day weekend where we usually have a full week. But we got a lot out of that one day. And it was absolutely amazing. And I cannot recommend taking the trip to Tangier highly enough. It was so awesome. If you have the time and the ability, do that. See what I saw. I think that's worth your time. And go to Lorraine's restaurant. And go to Lorraine's. Kind of reminded me of Helen's up home when Helen's was somewhere else. There's a new Helen's restaurant that's on the shore, basically. They call it the Dike, right down there at the thing. But that's a new one. It used to be downtown. It was a little tiny restaurant. It was just a room. And that's what Lorraine's was, and that kind of reminded me of that. So, do that. And, yeah, that's how we spent birthdays and things like that. And, yeah, I'm 52, and there's some stuff there that I'll talk about on the next podcast, so we'll do that. Till next time, hey, remember, Chris Rowley, one name all the same on all the social medias, and chrisrowley.com for as long as that lasts until I figure out what the hell I want to do with it. Until next time, question everything but the contents of a tuna melt, some shit you gotta take on faith. Stay solid, people. Bye-bye.